Welcome back, Glenn, to Craigs. So I'm sure that everyone would like to know what your experience was like at the London 2012 Olympics.
Yeah, it's obviously quite still new in the memory. I've only been back 3 or 4 weeks now, but yeah, the games were fantastic. They really were. I think I kind of underestimated how good they would actually be. Having been to Beijing, that was an amazing experience anyway, but I think the home games really was something special. The fact that my mum and dad could come and watch and all my family could come and watch, that was a real bonus. But I just think the way the British people really took to the games was something I really didn't even imagine.
Yeah, we all saw your games and we all know that you did fantastically well, unfortunately missing out on the medal. But what kind of thing did you do off the pitch?
Oh, off the pitch? Yeah, it's quite strange because for most athletes they just come in, do their event and they're out again. For the hockey players, we're there the whole duration basically, so we're there a good week before the Olympics even start. We go to the opening ceremony, which we're one of the few athletes that are actually lucky to do that, because most kind of take a bit of time because they've got their event coming up soon. Then we obviously have our games, but because we play a game on, game off each day, we struggle to have much free time to actually go around and do things. So yeah, the kind of things that we do is in the athletes' village itself. So yeah, lots of sitting around, drinking coffee, resting, that kind of thing, and then a bit of celeb spotting as well. So we look out for the Usain Bolts of the world that are walking around, which you don't normally get to see on your average day.
Yeah, sounds great. What about your journey from being a Quake student to being an international Olympian?
Yeah, it seems, in some ways it seems not too long ago that I was here, but then coming back and there's not many teachers left here when I was at school, so it does seem quite a long time. My memories of the school are absolutely fantastic. They always supported me whenever I needed time away or any support around playing international sport. Yeah, and I think certainly I started off playing for the county when I was at the Craigs, and I went through to playing for England under 15s and under 18s whilst I was still at Craigs. So I made quite a big leap during my time here. And then on to university. I went to Loughborough University, played for England under 21s. It's at that point I think where I really thought I've got a good chance of making the senior men's teams and maybe making Olympics one day. My kind of initial dreams were on Athens, but that didn't quite come to fruition. But then my next one was Beijing, and I managed to make the squad for that. So it has been quite a whirlwind journey going up all the way through the ranks. But yeah, it's been one that's been really exciting and really rewarding.
Well, we know that sport was obviously one of your favourite subjects at school, but did you excel academically as well, or...?
I'm going to say I did okay. Any teachers that are still left here who got to me probably said, yeah, he's an average student. Much more known for what I was doing on the sports field rather than in the classroom itself. But yeah, it's something I certainly didn't neglect. But I think certainly during the time of doing A-levels, I was away in so many different countries playing hockey. It kind of took quite a bit of time away. It's something that, looking back, I wish I had kind of balanced my time a little better. But yeah, I certainly didn't neglect them. But yeah, sport was always my thing.
That's all paid off now. We know that your mum, Mrs. Kirkham, is the head of catering at this school. So does she affect your diet in any way for your hockey?
Well, of course, I've grown up on a fantastic diet anyway, and I'm sure you're still getting that at school now. But yeah, obviously, nutrition is a huge and really key part of any athlete's preparations in international sport nowadays. So it's something that we put a lot of time into. We have a nutritionist who basically doesn't exactly tell us every single thing to eat, but gives us the right ideas of what we should be eating. And we have things like fat testing and that kind of thing. So if it does turn out that we're not eating quite the right things, then yeah, we get brought into line pretty quickly.
So we know that you're very successful now, and there are quite a few students here at the school who are very interested in sport. What advice would you give them if they wanted to be in, say, Rio 2016?
I think you can kind of see that in London there were a lot of young athletes there anyway, some 16, 17-year-olds who did amazingly well, winning medals. You see some of the swimmers who are incredibly young and winning. And I truly think that's just because they work so hard at such a young age. It's not a case of kind of getting to 18, 19 and thinking, oh, then I'll concentrate on a sport. A lot of the athletes at the Games have been playing their sport since 9, 10 years old certainly, and training really really hard. Myself, every weekend I was out playing sport. Once I kind of really decided that's what I was going to do, so kind of from A-level time and going for university, the amount of hours you have to dedicate to your sport is huge, and kind of not sacrifices but choices you have to make. So perhaps that night out with friends has to go instead of actually preparing for your event, or making sure that you're in the best possible condition to make sure your training's is good. So I think it does take a lot of dedication. It's a bit corny that you have to be really dedicated, but I think that's the key thing.
We're all incredibly proud of you being on GB.
Thank you very much.